Yo, we back, man. For our language, we got a guest, man. Special guest. My boy Shamai,
What's
man.
going on, Eli? How are you?
Whoo!
It's been a minute.
Been a
I
minute,
think
man.
it's been
It's
like 5 years, 6
five,
years.
6 years, man. I got one of my boys out here. He's doing his thing with the journalism.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man.
Got his degree.
Yes, got my degree.
But
Going to
this,
get a second one.
you're about to get a
Yes.
second one. Now, I don't know if you remember this. I've been saving this.
What?
The first time I ever did a podcast was with you.
That's right. It was with Kobe,
Kobe.
and Devin.
Yep, it was during the COVID.
Yeah, during COVID, yeah. No. It wasn't Kobe
It was
yet.
the year. It was the year after. It was 2021. It was because
It
it was my
was.
first year in college.
Oh my gosh, that's right. That was me. It was probably me and Kobe. No. I think it was me and Kobe.
Yeah, it was Kobe.
Yeah, Kobe
And it
Washington. Shout
was-
out Kobe Washington. He's a good guy. Bloomfield BHS alum too, like
Yep.
us from Bloomfield, and I think he lives here in
Yeah,
Georgia
Kobe
too.
in Georgia.
But yeah, that was a time. I think that's when I first started the podcast. I think that was right after I got fired from BHS News. And we're talking about that.
We're gonna get
into that.
But
yeah, that was
Shabbat started like before the podcast thing got like
Yeah.
trendy. He was doing it and he asked me to come on and talk about sports and stuff like that. So I thought about that the other day. I was like, dang, this is like a full
circle
circle.
moment. This
Full
is yes.
Full circle
Everything happens
thing,
for
man.
a reason, bud. Everything happens for a reason. I'm very appreciative.
What got you into journalism? Cause you always been in it, like from high school.
I think growing up, I watched a lot of daytime television with my, I used to get in trouble a lot as a child. So when I used to get sent home from school, I used to watch a lot of daytime television.
Yeah.
So I used to see I had a big imagination, and thank God for those great grandmothers who just let the boy be, as they would say. So my great grandmother used to let me have an imagination. So I used to imitate what they were doing on television, and I was like, I love this. So I just turned it into a career. I got a microphone. I think I started it at freshman year. Went around doing public interviews. I don't know
Yeah.
if you remember.
Yep.
I had this rose gold. I still have it. It's in my storage. But I had this rose gold microphone. I just put my logo, made a logo, put logos around it, and just do public interviews around school. And that's how I got my start. That turned into then I started wanting administration at Bloomfield High School. Saw my potential, so they gave me my own show. I think that was in 2020, the beginning of 2020. And I just start covering basketball. I cover Eli and his team, cover the women's basketball team, and I was as an athlete, as I played football too. Sports was my specialty.
Yeah.
So I knew that I wanted to do something involved with sports, and I didn't know it was called storytelling at the time, but like telling stories about the team, interviewing coaches, interviewing players, seeing how the team operates. I was really interested and very nosy. Still very nosy.
Yeah.
But I just turned that into a career, and that's how I've been I'm on my way to success.
Yeah.
Now I just graduated Fayetteville State University. I'm on my way to NYU on a full ride for broadcast journalism. I had my own talk show when I was at Fayetteville State. We were number one there. I have gotten honored by the Charlotte Hornets for my scholarship. The first black person to get a scholarship from them for journalism, the Rick Bennell Memorial Scholarship. So that was a great honor. I always talked. I always find a way to utilize that. I was teased, especially in high school, about my passion, but it all worked.
It all worked,
It all worked.
Like, bro, it all worked. Everything works out, man.
Yeah.
Now, I want to ask you, since we brought up the high school and stuff like
Yeah.
that, like, I always respected
Yes.
that you told the truth. No matter
Yes.
how it came out,
Yeah.
you told the truth. You didn't shy away from the truth.
Before I knew what journalism was, I was very, very direct. I said it like I mean it, And I looked up to Wendy Williams. That was one of the reasons why I got into television. because she was a black woman on television that really spoke her mind, wasn't scared about it, and that takes a lot to see. You know, people that look like you and me, sometimes we have to be careful what we say, especially when we have a microphone in front of us and a camera in front of us. But to see her do that on that type of level, as long as she did,
Yeah.
I respected that, and I, took that her style in a way of saying like I mean it, not being afraid. Now it did bite me in my behind at times, but I appreciate you. You are one of like probably 5 people I can name on my hand that actually supported me no matter what happened. If I said something obnoxious, or you always knew that I had a passion for it, and I appreciate that, Eli, because not a lot of people did that, and you were one of the people.
Yeah, man. I said the other day, I was like, yo, when you got fired for talking about, because the COVID,
Yeah.
there was a COVID outbreak in the school.
Yeah.
See, this is 6 years later. We can talk about
We
it
can
now.
talk about it now. The statute of limitations is over.
Yeah, it's over now. It was a COVID outbreak
In the school.
in the school.
Yeah. And they were not informing
And
people.
people were catching COVID, and nobody knew
Yep.
why they were catching and who was catching COVID. I'm in college at the time.
Yeah.
So I'm just following up with what's going on. I'm like, dang, why
Yes.
everybody catching COVID?
Eli was a loyal BHS News with Shemai Cook viewer. I knew
Yes.
that for sure.
I always tapped in. It was just hilarious. So it's like, I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Shemai gets up there, right?
Yeah.
He says the person that's spreading COVID is Miss Baker.
Dang, I didn't know you were gonna say her name. Yes.
She spread. I don't know if she's still a teacher or not,
Yeah,
but this
I
is
think she is.
This is
Yeah,
fraud
this-
language.
yeah.
We don't hold no punches. He said the person that's spreading COVID is her,
Oh man.
and she's the one doing it.
Yeah.
When I tell you, when I seen that, I said, "Oh boy, this could go either 2 ways. He could look like the hero because he figured out why everybody was getting the COVID, or he could be the villain because he's putting her under the bus." Man, when you told me they fired you, boy,
I made an announcement.
you made
I had
an announcement, and
yeah.
when you made the episode saying why you was fired and the whole.
Oh, I made I made a video or
You made the
no,
video.
a post. I made a
You made a
post. I
post.
didn't make a video. No, I was very depressed at that time when I got fired because they told me over the phone, and we had a whole meeting with the board, with my mom and all that stuff. And it's so funny though. You go through stuff in life as learning lessons. I take that as a learning lesson.
Yep.
Because I didn't know that at the time because I was only. And the thing is too, I was doing stuff by myself. I didn't have no mentor. I was editing everything by myself. I had a home studio because we were in COVID, so I turned my room into a TV studio. I had green screens, I had lights, I had microphones, I had everything. I was breaking news during COVID. Your former teammate, no, well, your good friend of yours, Mike Grayford, I broke his death.
Yeah.
I was breaking news, covering his memorial service, and it was so tragic how he died. But it was like I was still doing my job as when we were remote because I felt like it was my duty to inform people, not just at BHS, but in the town of Bloomfield because people were watching in the town of Bloomfield to see what's going on in our school. So I felt like people, because they were still allowing people to go to school. That was the thing, and I was like, what's going on? And I had sources, and people talk, and I had sources, and I said what I said, and I guess they didn't like it, and it was bittersweet, but yeah.
So the thing is, right, coming from New Jersey and then going to Bloomfield and seeing like the two different sides of the
Cultures.
thing, two
Yeah.
different cultures, right? When I came to Bloomfield, I feel like people like me, people like you, I feel like we did things to like boost up the community.
Yeah.
Like I'll do the football event
Yeah.
or the basketball event.
Yeah.
Or like the memorial you talking about, I set that up at Rockwell and
Yes,
stuff like
yes.
that. Right? But you would come, cover it, and do what you gotta do. Do you feel like the town of Bloomfield and the people of Bloomfield put their kids in the position to win?
I feel like no. Bloomfield, I think looking now, I haven't been to Bloomfield since I graduated, so that's 4 years ago, since 2022. But from my perspective, I feel like, and we were talking about this before the cameras were rolling and the mics were on, I think even preparing for students to go post-graduation,
Right.
I don't think they prepare us for college in a way where Deadlines are very important. I was good on deadlines, but I've been seeing like hearing from my peers and hearing from my people I graduated with, they struggled with deadlines. Because in college, if something's due, it's due. But at Bloomfield High, if you got an extension or you got they gave you grace or something like that. But that's not how the real world is. People will give you grace, no about it, but you're not going to keep beating that drum, if you know what I mean. And then even with going to Bloomfield High too, it's predominantly black and Jamaican. So, but no one promotes HBCUs. None of the guidance counselors promote or encourage students to go to historically black colleges or universities. And let alone, we don't even know, I didn't even know what a black HBCU was until I believe my mom had to tell me. My mom told me what an HBCU was. And I watched Beyonce's Homecoming documentary, which was in 2018, I think, or 2019, to see what HBCUs are, to see the culture. I did my own research. Bloomfield High School didn't teach me that.
Not at all.
Even when they had those college career fairs or whatever in the gym, there were no HBCUs there. They always promoted UConn, Southern, Eastern, CCSU. They love what's that school? New Haven. There was a school in Mass that they always loved to go. Not UMass. It's a gold. Rayford was supposed to go.
Oh, AIC.
Yeah, they promote. Yes, yeah. They love that school. They never promoted HBCUs, which I found so weird thinking back about it. And yeah, it was just so weird. I feel like they should promote HBCUs. That's what I think they did a disservice to us in preparing us for the real world. And I think I wouldn't go back right now because the way they, I say this in private, and this is the first time I'm saying this publicly. I'm never going back to Bloomfield High School until I'm successful, and I'm successful now. But I get to a stage in my career where I can fund my old office, that great next to where the security office was, and make a whole thing where students can. It's a whole news channel. It's a whole operation, because that's I feel like that's what students need. Every other high school, I think about Manchester, because my mom went to Manchester High School in Connecticut, and she said they had a news thing, and I was like, why? When I noticed that we had a green screen, we had a whole TV studio operation, and we did not have anybody running it. So I would love to, as a philanthropy thing, to give back to BHS, and create some type of program where students can use that studio, and it will be called Shamai Cook Studio.
That's a good idea. Yeah. Cause let me ask you about this, right? All the athletes. I'm gonna ask a 2-part question.
I think I know where this is going. Go ahead.
My first part of the question is, what's your top 5 Bloomfield athletes
that I have seen or I played with?
Let's do you have seen and played with. That's part 1. And part 2 is, out of all those good athletes, why do you think none of them really panned out?
That's a good question. I knew you were going there. So I will say top athletes I played with or I've been in school with.
Yeah, that you've seen, yeah.
I will say you. No doubt about that. I'm not just saying that because you're sitting next to me, but I've covered you. So I know how you played. You, Alexia Rose.
Yeah.
Darren Bryden.
Okay.
Michael Rayford, and Anthony Simpson.
Okay. I like that list. Were you there for Kaijon?
Oh my gosh! I'm sorry, Rayford. Kaijon Butler. That is right. That brother was a bulldozer. I forgot about it. You're right. He was my freshman year.
Okay.
That's right. Kaijon Butler. He was a monster. Yeah.
So now, because besides us, there's so many more great players. Yes. Russell Thompson. Yes. There's so many great players that came through there.
Yeah, through that program, yeah.
That didn't pan out. And why do you think that is?
Coaching did not prepare. In being in that locker room, see how they play favorites. They sugarcoated stuff with players. Actually, I could say his name. He doesn't even teach. He doesn't even coach there anymore. Ty Outlaw, the former head coach, he teaches at East Hartford. now. Um, his alma mater. He really played favorites with certain players. So he would sugarcoat stuff with players or baby them if they needed stuff. So they never, that's not preparing
Yeah.
athletes,
For
student
the next
athletes
level.
for the high level. And he didn't even promote HBCUs at that too, because there's some great HBCU athletes
Ooh.
that do not get, like, especially like from the media, that do not get publicized, that do not get scouted, that do not get. Those are some great athletes.
My cousin just went to the NFL from HBCU.
Great, see, exactly. And people forget some of these Hall of Famers that we look. Ray Rice, Jerry Rice,
Shannon Sharp,
Michael Strahan, all HBCU grads, all went to all Hall of Famers. So we don't understand that, and I don't think that. Now thinking back, and it might be a cultural thing because we are in the East Coast and the HBCUs are in the South. So, well, Connecticut is in the East Coast. That's what I mean. So, in HBCUs are towards in the South and stuff. But I still feel like it's a duty to promote different options, because not everyone is going to go to the Bamas or the Georgias or the
right.
Not everybody's not to go to that, or the UConns, and UConn's a piss poor program anyways. But that expertise in college. I think what players fail to realize is that college is not just about college or just about the sport. It's about the experience. It's about learning yourself. You're becoming an adult. That's what people, and then especially being around your people that look like you and me, that motivates you, because you have your whole life to be a minority. Right? And going to the HBCU where you're the majority, that gives you a type of mind frame where that barrier is off of you, right? Because you think about these D1 athletes, most of them are black that go to these PWIs, these Power 5, these Power 4 schools. Most of them are black, and the scouts do that on purpose.
Right.
Because they know they can compete at a high level. They can bring the NIL deals. They can bring the money, but you're forgetting about the culture and the legacy, and that's really much important. So that was a little loophole, but I hope I answered your question.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now, transferring over to college, right?
Mm-hmm.
Relationships in college.
Oh boy.
How was it managing the females in college? How was it managing friendships in college? Just relationships in general.
Okay. So my first 2 years, I started off at North Carolina Central University.
Okay.
For freshman and sophomore year. Freshman year, I was really trying to get my name out there. I did radio, all that stuff. So I was really focusing on relationship at first. But friendships, I had a good friend group that was hilarious. And people grow apart because that's how college is. And people graduate, all that stuff, so you kind of lose contact and people have lives. Freshman year, I was trying to find myself. Sophomore year, I did get into a little thing. But I had my own apartment.
Yeah.
I had my own apartment. So I had a little bit more freedom in a way. So it was, let's just say, you have to measure people. How about that? You have to measure people. I think we live in this society, especially as black men, where we feel like we always have to lead with our money. And women can see that and use that to their advantage.
So basically, in fraud language terms, he fucked with a gold digger. The motherfucker seen his own apartment, had his own money, and he led with that. But that's not what he was supposed to lead with. And I think
though, because in the black community, men are always taught you're supposed to protect and provide. But if you actually, and I think all black people should go to therapy.
Yeah.
Especially black men, because we go through the most stuff. I feel like people need to dissect that. Providing doesn't always mean money.
Yeah.
Providing can mean you could provide a safe space for your partner. You could provide a place where you could provide safety, security, It doesn't always have to be financial. So, yeah, that's what I fail to realize. And I always make sure people think about 50-50. That doesn't have to do with money either. If I'm giving, when I think about 50-50, I think about energy or time or, sorry, I didn't mean to hit the mic. I think about the time. I think about the energy, because it needs to be reciprocal. It can't be just me doing, but there's nothing coming back.
Right.
So that's one thing I think college has taught. College has taught me, relationships and friendships, how to measure people and not go all in at one time, and don't lead with your money.
So, like you said before, like we come from, we both went to HBCUs.
Mm-hmm.
In the high school that we went to was all black in Jamaica.
Yes, and the thing is too, I'm thinking about it now. All my educational career I've always been around black people.
Right.
I've never, and I could count on the amount of white people that were in. Excuse me, amount of white people on my hand who were white at BHS.
Right. So now, right, the importance of like having a black woman. Now, if you, let me ask you, you coming home for Thanksgiving, and you bring a white girl to your mom, how you think she gonna react?
So me and my mom actually had this conversation. My mom said she doesn't care. I think she's lying. My mom doesn't care. She said, as long as you're happy. And I think she's lying. But I think black women are the best thing God ever created. Hands down, no doubt about that. This go to any HBCU, especially NCAT, North Carolina A&T. I just feel like God just like made those girls just for that campus. Howard got some good ones too. Clark has some good ones. I don't know how you're still don't have a child right now, but NCCU had some good ones too. But the thing about college, especially at HBCUs. Norfolk State. Okay, thank you, H.
All HBCUs have beautiful women, man.
Yes, black women are the best thing God ever created.
That's what got me like
hands down, and that's a selling point. I swear.
Yeah, that's what got me.
That's a selling point. I think they should do that at BHS. It might get men.
Oh yeah, it might get men. That's what got like when I came down because there was a church. I didn't even go to the church.
Okay.
There was a church, and they had an HBCU tour. And my mom was like,
really?
She was like, you should go to the tour.
That's cool.
I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go on the tour. We went to Livingstone.
That's in North Carolina.
We went to North Carolina A&T.
Okay.
Norfolk.
Okay.
Clark.
Okay.
Morehouse.
Okay.
Howard. Hampton.
Okay.
Tuskegee.
Okay.
Morgan State.
Morgan State's a good school.
I don't know if I'm leaving anybody out, but we went to all those schools.
Okay. And
I went on it twice. The first time I went down, like you said, North Carolina A&T, I was like,
whoa,
gazed.
It's but like, then, dude, I'm telling you, it's like you're all you can see. That's why I couldn't go to NCAT because I knew I was going to fail. Because it's just so many, I call them walking pieces of art.
Yeah.
Because it's like the type of beauty that they have. And at Norfolk too, H. You are right. There are some pretty women at Norfolk.
That was I had 3 schools on my list.
Oh, you had a list. Okay, great.
I had 3 schools. The first school I was gonna go to was Livingstone.
Okay.
Because when I went to Livingstone, I showed them my basketball tape, and they gave me a scholarship
on the spot. Wow, and that's in the CIAA. That's a good conference too.
But remember, we graduated during the COVID.
Oh, that's right. So they shut down. Okay.
So Livingstone was my first school. The second school I was gonna go to was Norfolk. I went down. They said they liked my tape. I went down. I went to their basketball camp. And I went down. I was killing. I dunked.
Ooh.
Came down, twisted my ankle.
Ah, man.
And I had to sit the rest of the camp, and they was like, they didn't know if they wanted to give me a scholarship or not. So then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go to Livingstone. I commit to Livingstone. The program gets shut down
because of the COVID.
Yep. My mom like, out of all them schools, like, what's the school that you would go to, like, if you didn't play sports? And I was like, I didn't even know it. When I went to Clark, they were having a pro B.
Oh,
But
they
I
were
didn't even
crossing,
know
okay.
what it was. When
And they
I
don't
went.
teach you that either.
Yeah.
And actually, our principal, well, he wasn't your principal yet. He was the principal on assignment when you were there. But he became principal once that white man left and went to be in the board. Mr. White, he's an alpha.
Yeah.
Yes. So I knew about Greek letter organizations before I went to HBC, and that's what made me want to go too. I didn't mean to cut you off, but yeah, go ahead.
I didn't know nothing about that.
Mm-hmm.
So, but all I seen, and like, I go to Clark now, but the Clark pre-COVID was different from the Clark now, because it was like, there was all the schools, Clark, Morris Brown, Spelman, Morehouse, they was all combined.
Wow.
So like, I'm out there, and we out there in these like burgundy church shirts. I'm like, yo, I'm taking this off. I got the beater on. The lady running the organization like, yo, you gotta put it. I'm like, nah, it's too many of them out here. So my mom like, where would you go? I'm like, I go to Clark. And when I went to Clark, I wasn't even on like no basketball or running. I never ran track or cross country in high school neither.
Yeah. But
I ended up being one of the best at Clark with that. So, but it's just like, you're right. Like, last time I went up there, I actually got to speak because my brother plays basketball there now, Enoch. So I got to speak to Mr. White, and I told him, I'm like, y'all got to start promoting HBCUs because it's like, I feel like a lot of I be calling the people that are back home. I be saying Bloomfield's like the four walls.
And
people
you're so right. They never leave.
They don't know nothing outside there.
They like, do not.
Coming from New Jersey, I seen it. I was like, in New Jersey, it's a little bit different. Like, it's the people in New Jersey, they're just they know it's better, but they're just stuck in their ways. Bloomfield, Connecticut is probably one of the most unique places in America because the middle school is connected to the high school. The elementary school is connected to the middle school. The middle school is connected to the high school. Like, the people in the town feel like they run the town.
Yep.
They think they don't know nothing outside of that.
Yeah.
I feel like if more kids there
Yep.
had an opportunity to see what's outside of it,
Yep.
a lot of deaths would be solved. A lot of stuff would be solved, but it's just, I wish I could help change it.
Yeah.
But
you're only one person.
Me personally, I would never go back because I only came there for high school, so I would never go back there. But I just hope somebody comes and shows better.
And I think it's because it's how you treat people while you're there.
Yep.
And people wonder, why people, even with college, people wonder why people never get back to their school. White schools always get money from alumni because while students are there, they have to struggle with financial aid. You guys treat students a certain way. Like, it's just like, it's really, you have to treat your students with high school as well fairly and treat them well while they're there. Because they're going to give back. They're going to try to pour into the next generation. So that's why I said I would never go back until I get to that point. Because I was bullied. And you brought it up too. Those people, who used to bully me or make fun of me. I won't say bully like I was a punk. But they are stuck in the four walls. I'm thinking about it now. Like, high school was like a highlight of their life. Whew. Like, those bullies or those people that you thought they were popular, those popular people who were in high school, those people end up stuck in the same place where they were. That's the highlight of their life.
Like, I feel like
that's the highlight of their life.
Like, I don't know. With me, it was kind of like, it was weird for me because you would think like a person in the position I am in, I would just be with like just straight people that are deemed as like cool.
Popular. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But like all the people I gravitated towards weren't deemed as that.
Yeah.
But it's because I like authenticity.
Yes.
Authenticity. I don't like fake stuff.
Yes.
And stuff like that and clicks.
Yes.
And a lot of times you'll see like you said, like, the same people that are there when we was in school are the same people there now.
Yep.
The same girls that thought they was the shit when we was in school.
Ended up getting pregnant right after we graduated. I remember. Hold on, let me not say no names because I don't want to, But there's a Eli. You're gonna know who I'm talking about. They were twins. They used to live right near the school. They were twins. One played football. One now you're getting what I'm saying. They used to not the one that played football, but the other one used to bully me. Not bully me, but make fun of me. Mm-hmm. And now looking back at it, that is not wife material, right? That is not someone you could bring home. And now they're pregnant, or they had a child. And good luck, best of luck to them, because I'm not trying to make fun of people who have children early, but you had no plan, right? Like you have to have a plan, and it's just I don't want to sound like I'm downgrading anybody or anything, but it's just I'm looking at it from the aspect of, especially for people, high schoolers and people in high school, like it's okay to be different. And my mom told me that. Mm-hmm. When people, I used to wear suits all the time. Yep. I still wear suits every day, besides today. But I wear suits every day, never changed, right? And my mom was like, if they're wearing Nike, you wear Adidas. If they're wearing, I wanted to stand out because I didn't want to fit in with everybody. I think that has carried me a long way and got me so much opportunities because how I carry myself and how I presented myself. But in the moment, that hurts, like by your peers, because you want to be liked by your peers. But that hurts because, you get called names, you get called weird. I remember the word neff. You remember the word neff? Yeah. Like, I got called a neff. I never knew what that meant. So it's just.
But it's one of them type of things where it's like, high school is 4 years. Yeah. 4 years compared to, like, real life. Like, one thing I say, like, with me, like, and you, I pat you on the back, I pat myself on the back. Like, we took whatever momentum we had in high school and carried it to where it's like our best years are yet to come.
Exactly.
Like I'm not dwelling on, and then that's why, like you said, like friends change, people change. Like I used to have my friend group, but it's like everybody goes their separate ways because like when I go back and talk with them, we talk about the same thing. Like I don't want to talk about high school no more. I don't want to talk about how we could have won. Like
I don't think so. Like even with reunions, I'm really iffy. Like, 'cause I still talk to people I graduated with, and like they were asking, "Will you ever go to a reunion?" I was like, I don't know because I don't like the people I graduated with. Like I just,
cause like you think about like time flies.
It does.
Like
it's gonna be 4 years post high school.
Like it's gonna be 2027, 3 years from that. Like 2030 would be a 10-year reunion if I had one.
Oh my gosh.
So it's like time flies, but it's a good thing though because it's not like we wasting our time. Yeah. Like there's a lot of people that thought, like you look at it and you be like, yo, what happened to this person?
Yeah. You go through your yearbook. Like I remember my mom was showing me her yearbook and she was like, oh, this person, you can see like, and it'd be the nerds too that people consider nerds that end up being like good jobs or being very millionaire, billionaires, because they stay true to themselves. Yep. So it is what it is. I remember. I don't know. Did you go to Carmen and race?
I went 1 year, eighth grade.
There's this English teacher. Her name was Miss Parker. She taught
Miss Parker.
7th grade. She taught 7th grade English. My 7th grade English. She was She told our class, success is the best revenge, and that still is like a testament and a motto I live my life, because people might not get it now, but once they see you're at a level like, oh, okay, I see it. They were like, dang, I should have been more nice or been more fair to that person.
Now, let me ask you this, right? We got the NBA conference finals on right now. Yeah. The Spurs are playing the Thunder. Yep. We're going to do a prediction today Who you got winning the championship?
If San Antonio goes, and I'm a Knicks fan, by the way, New York stand up. If San Antonio goes, they will win. They will be. Wemby is hard to stop. San Antonio goes. Now, if OKC goes and wins this conference championship, New York will win.
I feel like the momentum is just on New York's side right
Yeah,
now.
it is.
I've been saying, man.
They've been picking up some great pieces.
I feel like
the coaches
it's just
was
time,
good too.
man.
Yeah,
It's time.
It's time.
It's New York's time, man.
Yeah.
Right now. What's your top 5 athletes of all time?
I think we did this on the podcast when we were on. Oh, that's right. Okay, top five of all time.
All time.
MJ number 1. Number 2, I'll probably say LeBron. Number 3, Tom Brady. I'm gonna flip it. Tom Brady, LeBron, Serena Williams, Muhammad Ali.
Okay. My top 5.
I know Floyd Mayweather's on that.
Floyd
list.
Mayweather's number 1.
Yep, I knew it.
He's the only athlete with a perfect anything.
Yeah, this dude.
Floyd's number 1.
Wait, perfect anything? Like perfect.
Got a perfect career.
Oh, okay.
Floyd's number 1.
Okay.
I got number 2, Tom Brady.
Okay.
3, Kobe Bryant.
Oh yeah, this dude is a Kobe fan. That's sick that you have Kobe in front of Jordan. That's very sick. But go ahead, continue your list.
4, Tiger Woods.
The bunny hopper, but continue.
And 5, Usain Bolt.
Michael Jordan is not on your top 5.
No.
And I bet you have how many? You have. I know your style. You bet you have a pair of Jordans in your closet right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's not on your top 5.
He's top 5 shoes.
Oh, here we go.
He's top 5 shoes.
This is ridiculous.
I honestly feel like if it wasn't for his shoes, he wouldn't be as big as he is.
Oh boy. You're saying that a dude who changed the game globally, made the game globally at a time where the NBA was a dominant league. It wasn't no soft calls. There weren't no flagrant twos. Like cats were. Michael Jordan was feared.
Let me ask.
Dudes were feared. MJ.
Let me ask you this.
Go ahead.
Who do you think played in tougher competition?
MJ.
MJ or Kobe?
MJ. No, that's actually a fair point. I'm gonna say Kobe Bryant. But also, Kobe Bryant, I'm gonna give him this respect. He won a championship without Shaquille O'Neal. And that was something that people did not give him credit on when he was alive. They gave him his flowers after he passed away. But that was hard to do. And he did it at a level where that Eastern Conference was loaded. And he did it at a high level. So that's a fair point. But I'm gonna flip it on you. Who has a better legacy, MJ or Kobe?
Michael Jordan.
Okay.
He has a better legacy.
Yes.
But when I say, I always say the best and the greatest are two different.
Good
Like,
verbiage.
because I think Tom Brady's the greatest.
Yeah.
But the best quarterback that I've ever seen is Patrick Mahomes.
That's a fair. I don't know.
Patrick Mahomes can run.
I don't know.
He can pass. He's accurate. He's a winner. Patrick Mahomes, he's the most amazing quarterback I've seen.
I will give him 5 more years. If he wins 2 more Super Bowls, then I'll say that.
But the Super Bowls more so reflect his greatness, not
Okay, I
how
see what you're
better
saying.
he is.
Okay, you're talking about athleticism as a whole, not as the resume.
Yeah, the resume,
Okay.
like the when Patrick Mahomes wins games, like I feel like Patrick Mahomes will never be looked at greater than Tom Brady because they played Super Bowl head to head, and Tom Brady won.
Yep.
So I
He
feel
didn't just
like,
win; he annihilated.
yeah, he annihilated. But it's like one of them type of things where it's like Tom Brady's team was way better than the Chiefs.
The team. Okay, I see what you're saying.
And I feel like when Mahomes won the first ring, I feel like the 49ers were better. It's just the 49ers had a game manager at quarterback, and the Chiefs had Patrick Mahomes at quarterback.
And coaching has to do with that too.
Yeah, Kyle Shanahan.
They know how to call timeouts.
Kyle Shanahan is probably like the most worst coach under pressure of all time.
And we see that too. And I guarantee you, if he was black, he would have been fired that next year.
I don't know how he keeps getting jobs because he was the coach when Atlanta lost 28-3.
Exactly.
So
no, it wasn't here. That was in Houston.
Yeah,
that was in Houston. Yeah, that was sick.
So it's like I don't even understand how he keeps getting jobs. Kyle Shanahan.
He's white.
He's a good offensive coordinator.
Cause he's white.
Yeah, I know. Mike Shanahan is dad,
but he's white.
Yeah,
you have to understand that. You see, like across the NBA does a great job hiring black coaches. The NBA sucks. I mean, the NFL sucks about that. There is, I don't know the number off the top of my head, but probably as many on my finger. I don't even know any black head coaches.
Let's see if we can name some.
I don't know if
I don't know any black head coach.
Oh, the guy from the Houston Texans.
Oh,
I forgot his name. But,
yeah,
the Jets.
Glenn, and then the pass rusher, the former player. He's the coach of the Houston Texans.
Yep.
But
and then the guy on the Bucks, the coach for the Buccaneers, he's black too.
Oh yeah,
he's the coach for the Jets.
Bowles.
Yep. But that's the NFL does a horrible job with having black head coaches. Or like I don't know, they think they can't lead, and we just lost a good one who had never had a losing season. Mike Tomlin. Thank you. Steelers. Now he works at NBC now. So it's just like I just don't understand. And a coach who's an offensive coordinator who should be a head coach, Eric Bieniemy, that's a guy who should be a head coach, but it's not. Never got a head coaching opportunity. Which I don't understand, and that's a problem in the NFL.
Now, it's my last question. Top 5 artists. It don't gotta just be rappers. Top 5 artists of all time. I already know one of them that's gonna be on your list.
Number 1's Beyonce.
Yeah, Beyonce. I already knew Beyonce was gonna be.
Number 1's Beyonce because she has the most Grammys of all time.
Yeah.
Number 2, Michael Jackson. Matter of fact, I'm gonna flip it. MJ. Michael Jackson, Beyonce, Jay-Z. That's 3. I always had to do a 3. I never know 4 and 5.
You got MJ, Beyonce.
I got Beyonce. I mean, MJ, Beyonce, Jay-Z. You said singers?
It could be anybody.
Oh, you said artists. Whitney Houston. Whitney Houston. Oh boy, that's hard. Stevie Wonder.
My top 5, I'm gonna go with the guy that passed Jay-Z and Michael Jackson today.
Kendrick.
Drake.
Oh my God. Here we go. All right, go ahead. Yep.
Drake's my number 1. My number 2, I'm gonna go Beyonce.
Okay.
Number 3, I gotta go Michael Jackson for what he's done.
Yeah.
Number 4, I'm gonna have to go Jay-Z.
Okay.
Number 5, I'm gonna go Vibes Cartel.
Oh my gosh. To have Drake on a top 5 list, it's at number 1 at least. It's very blasphemous. And actually, I'm gonna take Stevie Wonder off. I'm gonna put Kendrick up there.
What?
Because Kendrick.
What?
And I'm just thinking
How
about.
can you say that's blasphemous and then take Stevie Wonder off and put Kendrick?
Why? And I'm thinking about it because you brought a point up to my mind. Kendrick broke this year at the Grammys. He broke Jay-Z's record for the most Grammys by a rapper of all time. That's a hard thing to do. In this industry.
It ain't hard, Shamai.
What you mean that's not hard?
Know why it ain't hard?
Why?
And I'm gonna break something down to you, right? There's a lot of your favorite albums that weren't picked for Grammys because they weren't submitted. So like
then why
Drake,
not submit them?
Drake hasn't submitted, like from the last 5 years, he hasn't submitted no albums to be nominated for the Grammys.
But why hasn't he submitted?
Because he doesn't respect the Grammys, and he
that's
feels
the
like
problem.
the Grammys is a joke.
No, it's not.
Now let me ask you this, right? When Macklemore
The white rapper who made that. I know who you talk about. Yeah,
The Heist song. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
When he won the Grammy over
Drake.
Good Kid, Mad City, and Take Care.
Yeah.
And the Grammys gave Macklemore the Grammy.
You have to remember the Grammys are the reason why I respect the Grammys so much, because it's your peers voting on the music or the categories. It's not industry heads. It's your peers.
It's your peers.
Yes.
So now let me ask you this.
Yes.
Let's put it in our shoes.
Okay.
We go back to high school.
Here we go. I see what
and
you're doing.
And you know that how good of a journalist you are.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. But our peers weren't the biggest fans of you. So they might put somebody that's more popular and likable than you and give them that Grammy.
I like how you
That's
did
why
that.
you can't
can't
fake the numbers.
Can't fake the number. The thing is, I respect the numbers because that's hard to do too. The streaming and record sales, those are hard to do. But I think the Grammys, what they do so well, is they actually do celebrate art. It's about the art. People think about it's just about the song. No, it's the art of the music. It's the science, the engineering of the song. Like you ever put your headphones on and like you could hear like a beat going this way, a beat going that way. Yeah. That's engineering. Like that's what these people are. These industry people are doing. That's the art of the science of music. So that's why I appreciate the Grammys, because it's just deeper than the lyrics and the beats and all that stuff in the album sales. I appreciate the art.
I like the Grammys, but I feel like when it comes to black people, it's kind of like the Oscars in a way.
Oh, I hate the Oscars.
Where it's
I hate the Oscars, yeah.
With the Grammys,
they're doing better. They're doing much better.
It's like, all right, Beyonce has won the Grammy for Album of the Year, but she had to do a country album to win Album of the Year. And everybody knows.
And then they made another category because she did a untraditional Grammy. Country album. Because now they made a traditional category and whatever.
So that like all those good Beyonce albums.
Yeah.
They did it to where it's like that, and Jay-Z. Beyonce, they don't go to the BET Awards no more.
That is true. I do know that.
They don't go to the BET Awards.
Well, I feel like they don't have to.
They don't gotta go to the black-owned shit, but they go to the Grammys.
That's a good point.
You
got me there. He got me there, people. Well, actually, BET is not black-owned. Number one. But I get your point.
But that's like a staple.
Yeah.
So you don't show up for that.
That's a good point.
But you'll show up for the monkey show.
That's a good point. I didn't even realize that.
Because this is the thing. When you hold so much power in awards, you lose yourself. Like if you had a Journalist of the Year award, that I'm the best journalist out here, and you put so much effort in trying to win the award instead of trying to be the best journalist you could be, you'll lose yourself.
That is true.
So like Drake was like, bro, Take Care is one of the greatest albums of all time. Nothing Was the Same as one of the best albums of all time. And these albums ain't winning no Grammys. I'm not finna put my credence and put everything into these Grammys.
I think, though, that's a good point. And I'm not saying Drake is not a good artist. He's not on like a top 10 list. I just feel like in this era of music, after even after watching the Michael Jackson movie, I think that music is so like they don't make music the same. Meaning, like I feel like what makes Michael Jackson the greatest of all time is he made good music, but he didn't have to cuss in none of his songs. And I think that's one analyzation that I made. I was like, this dude never cursed in one song. And his music is still being played today.
Do you think, because I have a theory. It might get some hate.
Okay.
I feel like what took Michael Jackson over the top was him turning white. And I feel like
he's not white.
And then
though.
I feel like
But he was off the wall. He was let die. He was still black.
I feel like what took him over the top, what crossed him over,
he was white passing.
when he was passing as a white person,
Okay.
right? Because you gotta think, all right, you say you got vitiligo, you wanted to smooth out, cool. You want to make your whole body right, right? That shit don't affect your hair texture.
Well, remember he did get burnt.
Right, but that don't make your hair.
But he used to straighten his hair to ruin the burnt when he got the Pepsi commercial.
After that.
Oh, okay.
We talking about $1 million man.
Okay.
You black person. All black people. We all got big noses, bro.
Yeah, and he did want to get surgery.
You want to get surgery on
But
your nose?
I
That's
think,
fine. Get surgery on your nose. Love what you want to love. But 4 of them.
Yeah, that's
your
true.
face.
Well, you know the Jacksons have natural high cheekbones. You can look at their mother.
Right, but I'm saying this.
But if you get surgery on one area, it's going to affect the.
If he was alive today, he'd be looked at like a cuckoo bird. A cuckoo bird. If you look at how he looked before he died, he looks damn near scary. If he was alive today,
I'm not going to tell you a little
he would look crazy. Yeah. And I feel like the people would not hold him to the standard they hold him to. Because it's one of them type of things where it's like, I'm going to put an example, right? And I could say this because he was one of my best friends, Michael Rayford. He's held to a high standard now, but when we was in school,
he wasn't.
He wasn't.
That's a fair point.
They blamed that championship on him.
They sure did.
They did a lot of stuff.
I was in that locker room.
He was not a like person.
I was in that group. I was in that group chat. I was in that locker room. I still have that group chat.
Kobe was a ball hog when he was alive. Kobe was Michael Jordan's twin, a ball hog. He gets sent to the moon. Nipsey Hussle, the victory lap was out before he died.
Yep.
That went skyrocketed when he died. Tupac, he was a good rapper, but I feel like sometimes death propels you.
That's a fair point.
And I feel like in Michael Jackson's case, not only did it propel him, but him.
I don't say that because Michael Jackson, and we probably will never see someone more famous as that. Michael Jackson used to, the difference between people who are like, oh, Taylor Swift or Beyonce or like the today's Michael Jacksons. Michael Jackson, you see how these celebrities go, we're watching basketball, right? They could go sit courtside. Magic Johnson invited Michael Jackson to a basketball game. People were running from the stands to go see him.
Michael Jackson is Michael Jackson. I agree with that. I'm saying the reason why. Like, that's like, right? I'm going to tell you what it's like. That's like if Michael Jordan turned white. Because now it's another demographic.
He is a bunny hopper, too.
Where it's like, it's another demographic, right? Of white kids now.
Yeah.
Looking at Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Because they don't really know he's black because all they see is white.
True.
That's like me saying, yo, that car was blue. I see the car's black now. So I'm looking at a black car. So they looking at Michael Jackson thinking like, oh, I can be that.
So I have a question though. I think I get what your point. But you see how after Michael or before, like towards the end of his life, so all these allegations with these child molestations allegedly and all that stuff, everything, it was a money grab. Yep. And they're still doing it. The dude is dead. They're still trying to make money. Netflix is making a documentary after the dude is dead. So you're saying if Michael Jackson was white, those would still have been those allegations of sexual assault or those child molestations allegedly.
I'm saying this. Him being black is his foundation. Correct. He's a black man at the end of the day.
From Indiana. Gary, Indiana.
Yeah. He's a black man. Without us, he's nothing. Without our black people backing him and carrying his music along, he ain't nothing. But the thing that put him from star to
superstar,
to megastar, was him changing his skin color. But not only that, changing his skin color, but this is what I say about like the allegations and stuff like that. I don't think he had any malicious intent, and he wasn't acquitted on nothing he did. So I can't say
he was acquitted on everything.
But as a nigga that works with kids, I ain't gonna lie to you. Some of that stuff is weird. It's weird.
That's fair.
You're a millionaire
Yeah.
you're a billionaire almost in a multiple room house.
Yep.
Them kids could sleep in another room.
That is true. That is very
They
true.
don't
but I
gotta
blame-
sleep with you, bro.
I blame the parents. Too.
I blame the parents. I'm a parent blamer. Working with kids, I'm a natural parent blamer.
Respect starts. Devin Oscar Keel used to say, "Respect starts at home."
Yep.
Respect starts at home. That's
So
it.
I'm a parent blamer. So it's like, I'm like, you wouldn't let a random 40-year-old man do it. So why would you let Michael Jackson do it?
Exactly.
That's what I'm gonna say. But I don't think he had any malicious intent.
Nah.
Now another thing, right? When we die and we go away, we got our legacy.
Legacy.
And 9 times out of 10, our legacy is what we leave behind in our kids.
Yes.
When you look at his kids,
All white.
as a person
That's a good point.
as a black
They
man,
are
that's a
white
black
passing.
man. Those are white people.
Yeah.
All those kids are white.
Yeah. That's a good point.
So he could
Paris,
say, "Oh, you
Prince,
yeah," and blanket. You could say, "Oh, yeah, I'm black and all this. This is our roots." Bro, these kids got blonde hair and blue eyes.
Yeah. Well, you said the mother. Usually, mothers' dreams are stronger.
But you didn't have according to you.
According to me.
No, not you. I'm saying according to Michael Jackson.
Yeah, Michael Jackson. Okay.
He did not have sex with these women. He had a donor.
Oh.
If you're a black man, why wouldn't you want your kids to at least be black? Not one, not two, but 3 of them all look like Hannah Montana. So it's like that's your legacy.
That is a good point. I never thought it. And the thing is,
I think he never wanted to be black. I think he always wanted to. I think he never liked himself, and he didn't want to go through. He didn't want his kids to go through the little slick comments and stuff like that he went through.
That's fair.
So he had his kids, blonde hair, blue eyes. They don't even look like him. They look like white people.
They do.
So it's like those are my problems with Michael Jackson, and why. You can't knock his talent.
No.
You can't knock his drive.
His catalog.
You can't knock his catalog. You can't knock none of that. But those are my problems with Michael Jackson.
That's a good point. Okay, can we switch gears now? I have a
Yeah.
Okay, that's key. What is when it comes to relationships? I know we talked about it a little bit, but something came to my mind. Now, do you believe that men and women can be friends?
No.
Explain.
Well, I have a theory.
All right, go ahead. Cause I've been watching, so I just want to get your take, to ask the question directly, and I just want to hear it in person. Go ahead.
The only way a man, a straight man, and a female can be friends if they are physically unattracted to each other.
Okay, why?
Because
So you say attractive people can't be friends?
no, I'm saying time. You can love whoever you want to. You can love anybody with time. I could end up. I might not like dogs. If a dog is with me for 15 years, at some point I'm gonna say, "Yo, at the end of the day, this is my dog. Like I love this dog."
Yeah.
Time is everything. So if there's a friend that you got, she's beautiful.
Yep.
She's smart. We got the same interests. She makes you laugh. We eat together. We go out together. We spend time together. At some point in time, you're going to say, I like her. Or she's going to say, I really like him.
Yeah.
And it's if I got all these good things in common and with this attractive person,
Yeah.
why would I not want to keep them around and be something serious with them? Now, another way this can work is if you know y'all both address the elephant in the room.
Be direct.
You look good as hell. You think I look attractive. We understand that. But we both gonna come to the common ground where
It's not gonna work out.
it's not gonna work out between us, but we can flirt and we can do all that. That's the only way it works.
Okay, that's fair. Okay, Would you ever do business with your friends?
That's a really good question. That's a really good question. And now I'm starting to learn as I'm going.
Okay.
Because it's like it's different.
Cause I wasn't not anymore. I learned. I did twice. Both of them were failures.
And it's different when it's like legal business and street business. So like legal business and street business is kind of like, especially if they're your friends, it's not, the consequences are kind of different.
Yep.
If somebody's a friend of yours and you selling drugs with them, and it's like, yo, we got this agreement, this is what we're gonna do, this one, and you know if you don't do this, you might die, or something might badly happen to you. They might be a little bit on point with you. But if you're doing something like what we doing, like a podcast, and it's like
that the hard way, yeah.
You my friend, I know Eli never gonna fire me, or like I know Eli. It's Eli, so I could come late.
Take advantage of that.
They take advantage of the fact that, like, at the end of the day, podcast, no podcast, we gonna be friends. But then when you see, I say this, you can do business with your friends, but there gotta be a respect for the business. Y'all gotta have the same goal for the business.
Boundaries.
Y'all gotta have boundaries, and y'all gotta know whatever happens in here, we not gonna take out there, or whatever happens out there, we not gonna take it here.
That's fair. You.
That's it.
I think I have tried it twice in high school with Devin, Oscar Kill. I'm still cool with him. Just didn't work out because I think he didn't take it serious as I was, and he was like very lackadaisical, all that stuff. We were doing podcasts. They were both podcasts when it comes to business. And I just think, and we were young too, so I'm gonna give him grace. But I think too, and I have to learn this, everything doesn't need to be business with your friends. You understand? Like, you don't need to everything. Like, I think like chemistry is very important, especially me being in television, me doing broadcasts and journalism. Chemistry, when these cameras, people can tell when you're being fake, when you can tell these people actually like each other. That's hard to do.
Yeah.
So once you have like a friend where you guys click, that's I feel like business wise, I think that's a way where you both can make some money, or both have an outlet where people can see these crazy people on a platform. So, and then in college, I did a podcast with this someone from Norfolk, H. And we were good friends. And actually, I'm talk about this. You did a lot of exclusives for me today. I'm talking about this for the first time. We did a podcast. We talked about HBCU life and all that stuff. And they were very like weird towards like we had plans going on, and they just ghosted me. It's just like, it was just very weird all of a sudden. And it was like, I was very supportive on the podcast, but also outside the podcast, because they were in journalism too. They are in journalism too. And, I feel like, in my opinion, that ruined the friendship, because I feel like expectations were too high on how to, like you said, boundaries. But yeah, and we ghosted each other after that.
I get what you're saying, because it's like,
they weren't a person of their word either.
Yeah,
so like that pisses me off. Like, if we say we're gonna do something and we don't do it, or you just ghost me, or you just like, oh, I don't know what's going on, that pisses me off.
Yeah. What I realized with doing a podcast, because when I first got into doing podcasts, was on my other podcast, Don't Quote Me, with the rap one that I do, music one that I do on Wednesdays. And I got into podcasting just like, it just happened fast.
Yeah.
So I'm like, the way to capitalize it and talk about, because I like music, I enjoy music, but I like talking about other things and helping other people. Yeah. So that was a way to like spin off and do my own thing. But my friend that I usually do the podcast with, Jen. He was always in the radio club. He was always in this. So I'm like, yo, me and we best friends, and we talk for hours on the regular. So do the podcast with him, but it didn't even dawn on me when we was doing it. I'm like, this our last year of college. He leaving. He going back to Texas. He doing this and that. So it's like,
You didn't think about it long term.
I didn't think about it long term, and I didn't think about like, cause it gotta be genuine.
Yeah.
With me, like the name of the show is Fraud Language. Like
I actually love that. It fits you.
It gotta be. It gotta be genuine. It gotta be real.
Yeah.
So it's like, I only do it with people that I get something out of it. I'll do it no matter what. But if I don't got nobody to do it with, that ain't real, or I'm not gonna manufacture nothing. I'll put things on halt before I fake it with somebody.
Yeah.
So it's like, even like with me and him, like me and Jen, you would think we argue all the time. You would think we go back and forth all day long, but at the end of the day, we brothers. At the end of the day, that's how we look at it. Like, we brothers. So like when there'll be some times where I go like a whole week, me and him don't talk. We come in here, and this will be our first time talking the whole week. Because he got close to graduation, so it's like he had to really focus on the work. So we come in here and we'll end up being here. We'll talk for like 2 hours. Adriel have to tell us like, yo, wrap it up. But that's just our relationship.
Yeah.
But like you said, like doing business with friends, it's tricky.
It's hard, and I think I wouldn't do that anymore because I like my friendships. So I wouldn't want to ruin them.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a thing where you can, especially in my industry, where you meet someone who's your colleague, but y'all become good friends.
Oh yeah.
So that could be, but that's different.
That's like a work relationship.
Yes, exactly. So, but I wouldn't do it if we became friends beforehand and we want to do. I'm not doing that no more. Sorry, I can't.
For our language, at the end of every episode, we do a quote.
Okay.
So if you had to talk to somebody, a quote.
What
would your quote be, man?
I live this, and it's been my motto since high school. The action never stops. Okay. Life gets hard. Things might come your way, but you have to keep going. The world still goes. People may die. People may drop out of your life, but the world keep going. The action never stops. You got to keep going. And now stuff might hurt. Stuff might really affect you in a way where you think you might not be able to operate, but you still got to keep pushing. Because if you keep pushing, that's going to motivate you to do better. And never be satisfied. Oh my God. I think, especially in our community, we always think the work is done. No, it's not. The action never stops. That's my motto. Thank you so much, Eli, for having me on.
Man, this was a great episode. My quote of the week. We're gonna do it based off of our conversation. Never take relationships for granted.
Yes.
Treat everybody with respect. The little guy in the room could turn into the big guy real quick.
Exactly. Oh, we did not mention this guy. I think that affected us both in high school. I thought we were Coach Kevin Moses.
Oof.
And that's the other guy that I would say I thought we were going to get into it. But he was always one person that always supported me, whether it was football or journalism. And I think seeing him as a coach and seeing him as a person who used to work in security and all that stuff in the school system, he always supported students. And I think he would be very proud of us and what we're doing with our lives.
Yeah, Coach Mo was definitely a father figure.
Yeah.
In my life, and he was the first coach to because I had 3 basketball coaches in 4 years, and he was the first coach to really. Archer.
Yeah, Archer. And then you had Mo.
Yeah, Coach Mo was really the first person to say I believe in you, and it's any shot I took, he believed. He just had the craziest confidence in me. So it's Coach Mo is definitely top 5 most influential people in my life, and I could go on and on.
He's an icon.
He's an icon.
That's why they name a street after him, and they should name the stadium after him.
Yeah, and I'm happy. I'm really happy, and I want to shout out Miles Davis too, because I worked in direct with Coach Mo also. So it's like I'm just happy. Me and people like Miles and you, like we gave him his flowers
while he was alive.
Here.
Exactly.
He's not, because a lot of times because he died young.
Yeah.
So a lot of times people wait until somebody dies and then gives them their flowers.
Yeah.
And we just seen that multiple times.
Multiple times.
But with Coach Mo, it was like one of them type of people like you never hear nobody say they don't like him.
Nope.
If you don't like him, it's like you got a problem with yourself.
You have a problem with yourself.
Like you have a real life problem with yourself.
You people, you didn't like country, they didn't like outlaw, but everybody love Mo.
Yeah, so it's like I'm happy we gave him his flowers while he was here, and like he's the first person I asked. Like when I never did track, I never did cross country. They said they was gonna give me a scholarship. I asked him, should I do it? He's the first person I asked, and he said yes, I should do it. So it's like one of them type of things where he's definitely proud of the both of us, and I feel like there got to be more people like him.
He's the first Q dog I have ever met. First Q dog I have ever met.
Yeah, that's the first person thinking about it, that's the first person I ever knew when it came to fraternity.
Yeah, fraternity. When it came to D9, he's one of the first people I ever met. He wore it proud. Well, he's a legend.
Definitely legend. Probably the greatest.
Yeah.
Probably the greatest person to come out of there. But it's Fraud Language, man. I appreciate you, Shamad, for coming up, man. Fraud Language, man. We out.